Hey, what's going on, everyone? Adam here, or Ballaholic84 from the forums. I'm sitting here with my XP Deus, and one thing about living in the Pacific Northwest, or really anywhere where it gets a lot of rain, is the fact that the control unit is not waterproof. The coil is waterproof, control unit is not, along with the back phones, and so I've been looking for something basically to put the control unit in to protect it from the elements. Now I know there's a lot of cases out there, some hard pelican cases, clamshell type cases made for iPods and stuff that I've seen. Also the little waterproof bags that you can put them in. Now the one thing with those is I would have to have it in my pocket, pull it out. With the hard clamshells, I wouldn't be able to change programs without pulling it out into the rain or going under a tree, or bending over it in my hood or something like that if I'm out there. So I was on the hunt for something that I felt was going to be best for me, best for my needs, allow me to use the button, switch between programs, frequencies, anything like that while on the fly. So what I found was the Aryka RE Case Tide. Now I picked this one up for 26 bucks at my local Fisherman's Marine. And basically what it is it's a waterproof case for smartphones, pretty much any electronics like that. The one thing it does not fit is the newer phones. Anything 4.5, 5 inches is really pushing it. 5 inches is definitely not going in here. They do make a Tide 2 version that's a little bit bigger, but for what I'm going to need it for, I don't really need that size. So here's the case right here. Now one thing I was after, like I said, was the fact that I wanted to be able to switch programs or frequencies on the fly. If I go in a park, I'm in a clean area, and then I go over to a super trashy area, I want to be able to change the program. Now with this case, to what I did here, as I'll show you, is I took the plug that comes on the Deus normally right here, and I basically glued it on there. So that's not coming off. Unless, I scrape it off. If it wears out eventually, I can always get another one, put it on there. But one thing I want to point out with the case is if you look at it, it has this silicone on here. Now that's the waterproof area, but what you can see is you're able to push it in. So I'll go ahead and show you exactly how it works and how I have it set up. Right here on the right hand side on the top here, there's a little lock. You want to flip that out. Once you flip that out, this whole top here twists. Now when you twist it around, it has a little notch right there where it locks in, folds open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my control unit, I'm going to set it in there roughly in the middle. I'm going to put that down, twist that back around, lock it in. Now what you notice is that it's completely encased, doesn't wiggle around in there or anything like that or shift. And that's because on the control unit, it's slightly raised on the back here. Now what that creates is a small, I don't know if you can see it, a small rise to the bottom here that holds it really, really nicely in place. Now you can, rub your thumb over there if you want to just be able to see the screen a little bit better. Now it's not foggy. It's not something you can't see in the sunlight or out in the open. What I want to show you is the fact that I can turn it on. Now once it's on, it'll load my default program that I have set on there. I'll go ahead and hit no for sound. So as you can see right now, it's on the Andy Sabish high power program. Now what I can do is with the push of a button, I'll switch it over. There's the Andy Sabish high trash program. Now they run a little bit differently. I also have Andy's 12 kilohertz and 8 kilohertz programs set in here as well. That's the one great benefit about it. Now the way that I have it set up here with the plug is that I can just drop that straight into the detector and now it can sit there. Now when I'm out and about, I can just bring my thumb up, switch programs, anything like that, pop it right off. It keeps it completely sealed. As you can see, it has, I'll open it back up. Now it does stick to the screen, and that's because it's that silicone. You can just hold it and it pulls right off. As you can see, right along the edge there, it has a lip that drops down into a small groove that runs all around the side here. Now, I've read a lot of reviews on this case online, and most of the complaints are coming from divers who are saying, oh, well, it came unclipped from me when I was diving and I lost my phone. Well, and they say that because the leash that it comes with is a flotation leash. So if for some reason you are diving with it and it does come off, it should float. Now, that's one thing I've read. The other thing is, well, the screen, you know, with my smartphone underwater, I can't pull it out and take pictures with it because it's not responsive to touch. Well, they have to understand that smartphones are made to sense heat and not necessarily a touch. So if you're underwater, the temperature changes in your finger, the water temperature is cooler, it's not going to respond. So what you do is you just go above water, get into your camera program, go back underwater, and you're set. So that's one thing that I really, really like about this case is the fact that this can sit in there and have full functionality of the control unit. Then if I don't want it on there, I just pull it out, pop that back on there, locks right in. I'm good to go if I get a break in the sun or something. So that's my little waterproof case that I've found that works great for me. One thing I'll show you too, I mean, the machine itself is extremely lightweight, lighter than pretty much any machine out there. But I wanted to show also the weight of just the unit, how it's not going to add a ton of weight or anything like that. So, I mean, it's 5 ounces. Realistically, 5 ounces is not going to be much at all. So yeah, I'm going to be trying to find up any more cases or anything like that. I'll look out for them. I can test them out, do some more reviews on it, but that's just the one that I wanted to give right now on the Aryka RE Case Tide. There is a Tide 2, like I said, it's bigger. So if you find it online, make sure you get the Tide 1. I believe it's called just the Tide 1. Doesn't have a 1 here, but on the 2 it'll say Tide 2 and they're slightly bigger, which I think might be a little bit of overkill. But other than that, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helps some of you XP Deus users out there. Maybe find that right case for it. And that's the one thing I liked a lot about this, is the fact that I can just throw it onto the Deus and it locks right in and I'm good to go. So, and you can actually even open it, do everything you want. You can set it on here. You know, I like to put it on here first a little bit, kind of hold it in place once the bottom gets going. If it's upright, lock it in, you're good to go. Fire up your machine. I think I left it on anyway, so yeah. So fire up the machine when you're ready to rock and roll. And it leaves plenty enough hand grip down here so it's not in your way. And so yeah, hopefully I helped you guys out and like the video if it helped you, and I look forward to seeing you guys and talking to you guys online. Take care.